Good morning, Arizona. Live look this morning from Super Bowl Central in downtown Phoenix, and you really can't see much because of all the fog. It is cleared away, different scene than when it was last night when there were tens of thousands of people gathering to celebrate, of course, Super Bowl weekend. We're finally here on the big day, but there's all this fog, Scotty.
I know it. It's crazy out there on the roadways. Be careful. You're probably going to have to slow down a little bit, but the fog is something else. When I came out here around 4 this morning, it was pretty bad on the roadways, but you could see the stadium here at that time. But now, boy, it is really closed in as you can. You cannot see the stadium behind us. However, by this afternoon, the sun's going to be out, and we'll be able to see things, and it's going to be a great Sunday.
Exactly. The fans are already starting to gather, believe it or not, below us. I am all set with my hat.
You got a new hat. You had a purple one on earlier.
Yes, well, it clashed a little bit with my red jacket. You have your hat, too. We're ready to go.
I got this Super Bowl hat. That's
pretty cool.
Take the sticker
off before you put it on. And you've got the shoes.
Oh,
Can you show your shoes?
Yeah, let me show you this as I whip off my shoes. This I got at downtown at the convention center. It's a pair of Nikes, and it says it's got the Super Bowl inside.
That is so cool.
Apparently, they were made just for the Super Bowl.
And those probably cost you a pretty penny?
Yeah, they were like $130. They were not cheap, but they're really comfortable. And after standing all week long, my feet have been killing me. So I was like, I'm wearing comfortable shoes. I don't care what you say.
And we're getting taken care of. We've got the seats this morning. We've got a heater at our feet, and we're needing it because it's a little chilly out there. Like we said, this is not what we're used to. Kim Quintero, this fog is just crazy. We've been getting questions from people on Twitter and on Facebook. What is up with this fog?
You know what? It's the tale of two weather stories right now, because where you are at, you are locked into pea soup. Where I am at, we have got beautiful, bright sunshine. I've had so many people this morning at the Phoenix Open walk by saying, Kim, we saw you on TV. We thought you were wrong about the weather. It was so foggy outside our house. And then they get out here, beautiful sunshine. I'm going to have to lose my jacket in a bit. It's starting to get pretty warm out here. Don't worry, though, Tess and Scott, you guys will see the sunshine eventually. It's just taking a little longer for that fog to burn off in your area. We are under a dense fog advisory for most of the valley until 10 a.m. But like I said, TPC Scottsdale not having any issues. In fact, we're starting to sweat out here. Take a look at that map. Again, if you are going down Interstate 10, Interstate 8, you may encounter some areas of patchy dense fog with visibility down to about a quarter of a mile or less. So if you do encounter that, use your low beams and drive slowly. Otherwise, let's take a look at what we are seeing right now across the state. Not a lot. That rain is out of here, and we are going to be left with sunshine for the next several days. Otherwise, temperatures right now are starting to warm up. Take a look. Right now at Sky Harbor, still sitting at 51 degrees. That dew point is at 51, so you know what that means? They have fog as well. When that temperature and that dew point match up, that means they are seeing the pea soup. Take a look at temperatures right now outside your door across the valley. We started off at a lot of valley locations in the 40s. Now we're starting to see some 50s. Downtown Phoenix, 52 degrees. Scottsdale, where I'm at, 51. Looks like 51 in Glendale, 50 in Peoria, 50 in Carefree. Otherwise, we have got 48 degrees in Gilbert, 49 degrees in Chandler, and 50 in Avondale. So we are going to be tracking a big warm-up headed our way, plus more from TPC Scottsdale. That's all coming up in 10 minutes. Back to you.
Sounds good, Kim. I can't believe it's nice and clear over there, and over here it's just been a strange week, but it's going to be nice today.
It's going to be nice today. Again, the parking lot opens if you are coming down here at 10 o'clock. The gates open at 12:30. There's going to be a whole big fan fest on the plaza going on. Corona del Sol's Steel Drum Band, which they are awesome. They're going to be performing out there, so it's going to be fun for the whole family. And don't forget, guys, clear. Clear is the key. Look at this cool purse that Tandra Outlets was giving out. To put all your stuff in, it's better than a Ziploc, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. You can probably hear the noise. Is it those darn Seattle Seahawks fans? Yes, it is. Boy, they're a loud bunch, aren't they?
They are, and they're everywhere.
Oh, you know they're going to be rocking the stadium today. It's going to be a fun time. All right, it has been a crazy week this week. One of the biggest events for the players was the NFL Honors Award show at Symphony Hall last night. Most Arizonans obviously hoping the Hall of Fame lineup included our favorite Cardinal quarterback, Kurt Warner, his first nomination, but in the end, he was not nominated this year. The most valuable player of the year went to Aaron Rodgers, of course, of the Packers, and host Seth Meyers having a little fun here in the Valley of the Sun.
Good evening and welcome everyone to the 4th annual NFL Honors, a night that combines all of the excitement of a trip to Phoenix with none of the hassle of playing in the Super Bowl. So great to see so many players here.
And Cardinals head coach Bruce Arians, we're so excited about this, was named NFL's Coach of the Year. He, of course, led the Cardinals to the playoffs for the first time since 2009 and won 11 games this past season, doing so despite massive injuries on both sides of the ball. He really made it happen this year.
Now, another Cardinal taking home an award last night, Larry Fitzgerald winning the inaugural Art Rooney NFL Sportsmanship Award. The award established this year and named in honor of the late founding owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Hall of Famer Art Rooney. Fitzgerald gets $25,000 along with a certificate. The money, he says, will be going to one of his charities. So congrats to Fitz, and definitely that charity money will go to good use. Let's bring you back live here this morning outside the University of Phoenix Stadium, and we've got Seattle fans ready to go. Again, we're talking about media from all over the country down here, so there's a reporter down there from another station that's just enjoying all the Seattle Seahawks fans. They've been out in droves. A lot of people saying, hey, we're the Patriot fans. We're finding a lot of the Seahawk fans here. In fact, Heidi Goitia is out at Westgate with some of them this morning.
Good morning, everybody. This may be dreary weather for those of us who are used to the sunny skies of Arizona, but if you ask the Seahawks fans, this is perfect weather because this is what your team is used to. Good morning. Tell me, where are you guys from?
We're from Seattle.
When did you
Bellevue.
When did you come down?
Thursday.
Did you drive? Did you fly?
Flew into Vegas.
And
drove down.
Drove to Vegas. Gearing up for this ever since.
Back to back, back to back.
Oh my gosh, look at the rings. I love it.
Look at the rings.
What do you got here pretty early this morning. Why so early?
We gotta get our spot, because we're the fans. We're 12 fans.
We're representing the 12. I've got to say, you ladies, I have never seen women more dedicated to their team than Seahawks fans. You guys are literally head to toe covered. What's the plan for today?
Just a tailgate and party and
Repeat.
come on, repeat.
Where will you actually be watching the game?
McFadden's private party.
Okay, what's your final score prediction? What's it going to be at the end of the game?
I'm saying Seattle 31, the Patriots 19.
17.
Okay, so they're on the board. That's good. I'm glad you didn't say zero. Lots of spots still available out here at Westgate if you want to come down and take part in the party. There are Seahawks fans everywhere. Patriots fans, where are you? Come down and find us. We know you're out there. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Heidi. And of course, covering those fans, we've got television reporters from all over the country. This first group here is from Houston. The second group in the red from Sacramento. This is kind of TV row up here, overlooking the stadium that we cannot see because of the fog this morning. Nick Lowry, kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, once upon a time, is joining us this morning. You said you didn't like the word former, so how's that? Is that okay?
You just run on the field without your uniform, start kicking. It's amazing.
Once a kicker, always a kicker. You know, there's been so much talk about Deflategate, and I was curious from a kicker's standpoint, is it better to have the ball? You would think the ball, the harder the ball, the farther it would go, but that's not the case.
Not the case, at least initially. So you notice the kickoffs were all the back of the end zone in the game. 4 thousandths of a second for the foot kicking the ball normally, 5 thousandths of a second if it's 11 pounds versus 12.5 pounds. That means the ball is transferred more power from the foot into the ball. So initially, it helps.
You know, the kicking is such a huge part of the game, both punting and kicking. And you guys, you're freaky about the football. The way the kickers get out there and they're pushing the ends down. What are you doing when you do that?
Anybody, whether it's the kicker or the quarterback, That's their thing. It's
Right.
the same thing as the pitcher that's rubbing out the ball.
Right.
Right? It's your instrument.
Right.
So you absolutely want to make sure every detail.
So
That's
what
why.
what are the kickers doing when they're pushing it end to end on the? What are you
It's
trying
like
to do?
Did you ever play baseball? You know how the glove is so stiff initially. You just try.
So you're
These
just
are
trying
new
to-
balls, so you
okay,
want to make
just
sure
trying
that
to get a
they're
little more
more
flexible.
pliable. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And then for the Pro Bowl, they brought the field goals in a few feet. That was interesting.
I want to see them have the quarterbacks when they start breaking records, give them like a lead football. You know, you guys have been kicking too far. I mean, throwing too far. We're going to give you a lead football and see if you can do as well. We're going to reduce the effectiveness of your quarterbacks.
You know, the other thing about the kicking.
But I'm not bitter.
No,
Not
no.
bitter.
The other thing about special teams, the kicking, when you watch punters and kickers, they can kick it so far this day compared to 15, 20 years ago, because your tops were, you kicked 3 over 57 in a game, is that right?
Right.
I mean, that's a long ways, but they're also kicking him in the 60s now.
Look at the statistics
A lot.
now. Since Tony Romo fumbled that ball on an extra point, they now allow the balls to be worn in a little bit. So the average punt is 5 yards farther. 5 yards farther. So in about 20 years, they'll be punting 80-yard punts.
Seriously, I mean, it's getting that way. I mean, do you see a field goal from 70 yards someday? Will that ever happen?
Well, it could if they, first of all, people are getting better, but it's possible, especially at altitude.
You know, size is such a big deal with most players. I mean, Russell Wilson's not a huge guy, but such a great athlete. Does size matter with kickers and punters? Because you're a pretty big guy.
Well, ultimately, if you're bigger, you have a bigger swing, so more potential. As long as you're coordinated, right? So you have control over the ball. That's the key thing. There's still some small kickers, but the average kicker is a lot bigger. And the only thing is, when he's walking out the field, the 6'9", 340-pound guy next to him makes him look small.
Exactly. And then one other thing, just wanted to ask you about the salaries. They continue to go up. Do you wish you were playing now compared to when you did?
Well, you know,
just for that reason.
We felt very blessed to play in the National Football League, but the average salary, the NFL is such a magnet for attention and audience that the next contract will go from $7 billion to $20 to $25 billion, and the average NFL salary will go from $2.2 million to over $5 million in 8 years.
No kidding. Wow, that's amazing. Nick, it's always great having you. Enjoy the game
Thanks, brother.
today.
Good to be on.
We'll talk real soon. More Good Morning Arizona coming right back at you in this final hour on Super Bowl Sunday. And boy, the fog is not letting up yet. I hope it does. I think it will this afternoon.